Over the last 2 years, the epidemic has had a deadly effect on the world, and movie theaters are no exception. Box office revenue is down substantially as a result of some moviegoers preferring out-of-crowded indoor events. Despite this, cinemas are gradually returning to some kind of routine, with several films grossing more than $100 million in the United States alone. Some of the greatest grossing films of all time are very pleasant, while others leave us shaking our heads and wondering at the global viewer. Today, we are counting down for our pick top 5 grossing movies domestically, 2021. So let's take a look. Before we get started, be sure to subscribe to our channel and ring the bell to get notified about our latest videos. Number 5, A Quiet Place Part 2. No one wants Krasinski to recreate the same terror in a sequel, but the modifications he made in this one are exceptionally bold. It's larger, quicker, louder, and more typical of the horror blockbuster genre. Part 2 includes almost 3 times as much dialogue as the first, and the fear is considerably more direct and clear. The second Quiet Place movie was released during the height of the epidemic. Evelyn and her 2 children strive to live in a world ruled by sound-sensitive monsters in this thriller. If the sound-hating, generic-looking crab spider creatures with venom-like heads from the previous film terrified you more than the visceral challenge of full quiet, A Quiet Place 2 is for you. This film has so far grossed $160,072,261. Number 4, Venom, Let There Be Carnage. Venom, Let There Be Carnage is a lot of things. A big-budget comic book sequel, a buddy comedy, and a chance to do some wonderfully self-aware overacting. But behind the crazy remarks, gnashing fangs, and gobs of goo, it's all about love. Not between Tom Hardy's Eddie Brock and Michelle Williams as the one who got away, not between Woody Harrelson's evil Carnage and Naomi Harris's misunderstood mutant Shriek, but rather between Eddie and Venom, the monstrous symbiote that hides within him. The film's opening weekend of $90 million in early October was the biggest in the United States since March 2020. The amount earned by the movie was $168,077,670. Number 3, F9, The Fast Saga. After 4 years, the Fast and Furious franchise is back with the 9th installment, in which Vin Diesel's Dom and his gang must stop a terrorist who also happens to be Dom's brother. Since 2009's Fast and Furious, the film has grossed the least amount of money in the Fast saga. That was in response to the scene in the trailers and ads in which street racer and thief turned globe-trotting super spy Dominic "Dom" Toretto, Vin Diesel, eludes pursuers during a jungle chase by triggering the rocket booster on his souped-up vehicle, soaring up the edge of a cliff, and swinging himself and his wife and espionage partner Letty Ortiz, Michelle Rodriguez, to safety using Tarzan on a vine, if you will. This is the type of picture that says, oh yeah? Why not? It has made $173,005,945. Number 2, Black Widow. The year-plus delay of Marvel's Black Widow adds poignancy to the film's release on July 9th, when it will be in cinemas and accessible for premium subscription on Disney+. And there's a strong feeling that even in May 2020, this tale would have seemed a bit rushed. Why, after all, did Thor, Captain America, and Iron Man each receive 3 solo films before Natasha Romanoff had 1? Long before the epidemic, fans complained that Black Widow was being neglected, only to be granted her own adventure at the conclusion of her story in Avengers Endgame. Kate Shortland's film demonstrates that Black Widow could have carried her own flick a long time ago. Her universe has enough character, backstory, and intrigue to sustain a whole series. A lot of movies in 2021 have felt a little different because they reside in a post-COVID world. But for all these reasons, Black Widow feels unmistakably like a pre-COVID product. A dip into the past of one of Marvel's most popular characters that's really better late than never. In its last weeks in cinema, the picture had earned $183 million. In Marvel Studios' action-packed spy thriller, Black Widow, Natasha Romanoff, aka Black Widow, is forced to confront the darker sides of her history when a deadly plot with links to her past arises. Natasha must deal with her background as a spy and the damaged relationship she left in her wake long before she became an Avenger, while she is pursued by a force that will stop at nothing to bring her down. Highest standard. Number 1. ShangChi, The Legend of the Ten Rings. When the Marvel Cinematic Universe utilizes its vast power to run an assembly line, it's telling. But it's just as revealing when one of their projects has a profoundly personal spark to it, allowing franchise characteristics like tremendous spectacle, spectacular performances, and detailed representations of the family to triumph. Shang-Chi and the Legend of the Ten Rings is the newest entry into the latter category, following in the footsteps of earlier Marvel films that established a vision and became standards: Captain America, the Winter Soldier, Black Panther, and Thor Ragnarok. This picture, directed by Destin Daniel Cretton, fits into the Marvel package in its own way, but it's an enormous soulfulness that future MCU movies, superhero movies, and action movies in general should take cues from. The 25th film in the Marvel Cinematic Universe is the highest-grossing film in the United States. Shang-Chi depicts the origin tale of an eponymous superhero, a skilled martial artist who is dragged into the web of the enigmatic Ten Rings organization, forcing him to confront the past he believed he had left behind. Till now, it has earned $218,070,859. So guys, that was it for this video. What did you think about our video? Let us know in the comment section below. If you are new to the channel, be sure to subscribe and ring that notification bell to get notified about our latest videos. Thanks for watching.